Hello again, people. Right, today, something completely different. It's not the TV, but I do have the companies that, there we go, that I'm talking about. Yeah, with their adverts just playing in the background. Well, this is about Virgin Media only looking after new customers, not looking after their existing customers. This is because it's happened to me, and I was quite shocked because I thought this sort of thing had been stopped, that no company was doing this anymore. But to my lovely delight, I found out that that's not true, and they are still doing it. I hope I am in focus because I'm using a different camera, so I'm not sure I've got the focus quite right. Anyway, so my renewal has come up after my contract, which I think was 18 months. I'm not quite sure. It might only be it might have only been 12 months. I really can't remember, but that doesn't really matter. They're meant to send you a reminder more than 1 month before your contract ends. Now, I literally got it a couple of days ago, and the contract ends on the 31st. So that's not a full month. So they didn't send that in the time that they're meant to send it, so then you can cancel it without getting charged or going into the next sort of contract part. So rung them up. Well, no, sorry. I'll put an image up, see if I can get it up here, and I'll see if I can talk over it. I don't know if that still works. But what it actually says is literally the following payment will be pretty much double what I was paying. So I thought, oh, that can't be right. I'll go and have a look at the website. So I had a look at the website, and it just seems only new customers can get any of these wonderful prices that they advertise on the TV and whatever for the whole length of the contract. And then you get bumped straight up to this, once you've been with them a year, you get bumped up to this stupid, ridiculous price. So I wasn't happy, phoned them up, come up with a deal. It was about £4 more, but same speed of broadband. Now, I did notice for the price that I was paying, a new customer would get their full speed broadband. The highest thing you can get, which is 300 and something. I think I'm on 125 or something like that. But that's not an issue anyway, because what mine is fine. But it's really annoying that a big company like Virgin Media can do that to people when no one else is really doing that anymore. I mean, I'm with Sky, but they can't provide a decent enough internet service for me, so I don't go with them. It's only Virgin Media at the moment. But City Fibre, now my other half has got City Fibre, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's 500 meg upstream, 500 meg downstream, and it's super blisteringly fast. All right, she has had a few issues, but nothing that you wouldn't get with Virgin Media, because their service is absolutely horrendous. They've got a great product, but their customer service and everything else absolutely useless and no good for anybody. It's if you had good customer service and you looked after your existing customers, I don't think you'd be losing as many customers as you are. These new customers, they could be just staying with you and not pay their bills. I'm an existing customer that's always paid my bills on time. No issues there. So I really don't understand what you're trying to do, destroy your business. Anyway, back to it. So literally I have gone with what they said because I can't be bothered. And what I'll probably do is when City Fibre, because they are literally down the road and it is coming this year, as soon as they become live in my area, these people will be going. I will cancel it. I'll pay whatever I need to pay to get out of the contract with them, and I will go with City Fibre because they can provide the speed I want at the price I want, not at the price you want to charge for your customers being loyal to you. So that is my rant about Virgin Media. Have a look at the bits that I have put up with how much it's going to cost and not cost. There shouldn't be any information in there you shouldn't see. If there is, I'll blur it out. Anyway, like and subscribe. Hello, people. Very well welcome. Very well welcome. What am I talking about? So it's official. I've had enough of Virgin Media. I have now this available. City Fibre in my area, which is really, really cool. So I didn't get the email from them like I was expecting, which you can do to be put on their sort of mailing list when it's all available. Well, I don't think so. I didn't see anything anyway in any of my emails saying, oh, it's now available. I went on their check. I've been checking sort of every week because I've seen them doing tests and stuff around my area. And lo and behold, it's working. It's on. I can order it. I ordered it. Deary, deary me, Virgin Media. What are you going to do? I bet you're losing customers left, right, and centre. Anyway, so I've got this coming in the next 4 days on the 9th of May, which is Thursday. We'll see how the install goes because I've got 2 lines going into this building and my one comes in sort of around the back and it goes on a curve. I'm going to try and get the day off from work to make sure that they fit it the right line and fit it in the right place because engineers aren't all that clued up, are they? Well, not necessarily their fault. They're not going to know where to put it. So, yeah, that's happening Thursday. I will give you sort of an update on, what happens. We'll do it now. On the screen, I've done a screen recording of the City Fibre choices that you can have. You'll see me go down each one of these. So it shows you in my area, that's what I can get. I did notice on the Vodafone one, though, you go in, you click on, my postcode or whichever, because my partner had that and it was quite good. And it had quite a good router. And you have to put your address and everything in, and it said that I could only get a really low speed of 23 meg, I think. So I thought it's probably just their system, but I didn't go with them anyway, just in case. And I did try EE, just they're not on there, just to see, same sort of thing, but it was lower, it's 14. So that was guaranteed, but that is damn slow. And that was the same price as what I pay for Virgin. What is it, 120 at the moment? So 32 quid, something like that. And that's really expensive, EE. That's not good. I think they were advertising that as a fibre option as well. So I don't know if that's an issue with your system as well there, but I was quite interested in that because they are meant to have the best service and the fastest. But doesn't matter. I expect they're probably the most expensive as well. Anyway, you can see it going up and down, up and down. I got about halfway through. And you can see I'll stop on the one that I actually chose. I can't remember the name of what it's called, like UU or something like that. I don't know, or UG. I don't know. But they were pretty much the only ones that had a decent router. All the other ones, they either didn't say what router, or they were like a mesh router, or you had to buy an extra one if you wanted a really good one. This one, you obviously with the package, if I went for the upgrade package, which was a 1.5 or the 2.5 gig. I only went for the 1 gig, just want to see what it's like. I'm sure it's fine. I can upgrade anyway. They came with a slightly better router, but doesn't really matter because I'm going to be plugging 2 Apple routers into the back of this anyway. So just so long as the standard router is reasonably okay, I think it's still Wi-Fi 6, whatever that is. Who knows? I don't know. It's just something more to fry your brain, isn't it? So that's all coming Thursday. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So it's meant to. They're meant to punch 924, I think it was, to your router, and that's fine for me. It's called 1 gig what I got, but 900 up, 900 down is absolutely fine. I don't gain much anymore, so it's not a big issue. It's mainly for uploading YouTube because Virgin Media, I get about 20 meg up speed if I'm lucky. Download speed, yeah, it'd probably be about 120 mostly all the time, but generally Virgin Media, you are pretty crap. Virgin Media is good for gamers because they do look after game servers, so they put them on, they give them the most sort of bandwidth or whatever it is they do. But at the end of the day, you can only download and upload as fast as the server you are downloading and uploading to. So hopefully my connection to YouTube won't be hampered this way because they got slow servers.
who knows? Who knows? But really looking forward to it. It's about time that I got an absolute decent speed. I mean, this is going to be 7 or 8 times faster, excuse me, than what I'm getting with Virgin Media. And it's even more than that. It's nearly 20 times upload speed faster. So I can't wait. Hopefully it all goes well and all goes smooth. I'll keep you updated. Hopefully there won't be any glitches. You know, there won't be any cancellations and this, that, and the other. But yeah, we will see. So watch this space. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Right. So yes, it's all installed. The City Fibre lads were here for probably about an hour this morning, if that. Pretty early as well. They were probably here at about 8:30. So the appointment was between 8 and 1 o'clock, I think. So yeah, about an hour. It's quite a distance, the cabling that they've got to do to my place. It sort of goes to the building and then it goes off again to the other part of the building because there's 2 lines. So they had to put it in the right line. We've got some lovely, beautiful sunshine today. So I'm nice and well lit, eh? You like that? Yeah, really, really nice, friendly guys. They got it up and running, left it for doing a download, told me what I need to do. And that's it. They set it all up for me. I've got to change password and everything in the router, something I can do a little bit later on. It's not an issue. But speeds are pretty damn good. I'll put it up here so you can have a look, see what the speeds are doing. Yeah. I've done 3 speed tests just so you had sort of an idea. And it's absolutely fine. Look at that upload speed is absolutely amazing. That's like 20 times or plus more than what I was getting with Virgin Media. Now, this is the only thing I've connected, only my phone connected to it at the moment. I've got to do a bit of wiring and stuff. So, you know, connect other things to it, wired and wireless, which is going to be a nightmare because it's got absolutely loads of stuff. Also, I will put on here, I uploaded a video. This is a video that I done last night, which was about the router, I think. It's about 8 minutes long. It took over an hour to upload on Virgin Media, and it took ages before it was actually ready. And you can see on there, it took about 2 or 3 minutes, I think, the total upload time. So that is absolutely amazing. That's going to save me so much time. It's going to be so much easier to get videos of lovely old Sky Glass or reviews of something new, you know, sort of anything really. It's just going to make it so much quicker to upload everything. So I'm guessing that's still doing its thing there. So we're going to have to talk for a little bit longer. The little box, I made a little makeshift box thing for the router to sit on. Absolutely fine. All in all, at the moment, I'm absolutely find it fantastic. I'm completely happy with it. No problems whatsoever. The chap said if the lights ever go red, any lights or whatever there, you phone City Fibre. But I got a message from City Fibre saying that I've got to phone the broadband supplier. So I'm not sure who is going to sort of fix problems. Probably City Fibre, I would have thought, because it's their sort of connection in their box. And the provider will just be the provider of the internet. So we will see. We will see. Anyway, so yeah, completely happy with it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Virgin Media, these people, absolute nightmare, absolute rip-off company. As you can see, what I'll do, I'll put up on the screen the current package that I'm on. It'll go up and down, which is what, 130, 120 megabits, whatever it is, and I pay £32, I think it might be more than that, a month just for the broadband. But as you see, when I scroll and go down, you'll see I will then go on a package that's the same speed, but it's the same price as what I pay, but you get a full TV package with that. So that's a little bit wrong and a little bit unfair, Virgin Media. You only look after your new customers, because if you see it, I will scroll back up It'd go up to, I should scroll to where what I roughly get. I think it's only 120, but this is saying 130. Um, New customers pay £26 a month. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. You're almost charging me an extra £10 just for being an existing customer that's been with you for a lot of years. And I mean a lot of years. And you're giving all your new customers the best perks. Now, City Fibre is around it pretty much everywhere now with much better download speeds and upload speeds than you can ever deliver because you oversubscribe your servers. So that's going to really impact you quite a bit, I think. So listen up, Virgin Media. Sort it out. Sort your customer service out as well, because that is absolutely horrendous. It's the worst customer service that I know. I don't know any other company that delivers customer service as badly as you do. Sky used to be horrendous. Sky is absolutely amazing customer service. I must say, one thing with Sky, fantastic customer service. Good on you, Sky. You've obviously listened to people, unlike Virgin Media, just out there to make that little bit of extra cash. And all your call centres abroad, the language barrier is a massive, massive issue. I know you have the where they can log on to your system and this, that, and the other, but let's face it, the countries that they're in, they could have a side job and they could be hacking into what you're doing. So it's a big no-no for me, to be quite honest. And a couple of days' time, I'm getting fibre fitted, City Fibre, from that company that I can't pronounce. But at the moment, what I'm going to do, you'll see on the screen now, I will put up my internet speeds from Virgin Media, which I've done this morning, and I've done a couple of them, so you could see the differences up. It's all over the place. The ping is horrendous. I've done the video test as well. I mean, that works all right. I mean, to be honest, it struggles with when you've got two 4K tellies going or using the internet for streaming. And what I get is and should be plenty enough to run them. It shouldn't be an issue at all. So you'll see my speeds are appalling. Sometimes they will go up to 120, 130, and sometimes a little bit over, but very, very, very rarely. If I try it on a wired connection, I'll get the same sort of speeds. It makes no difference doing it through wireless. I know everyone says, "Oh, but our speeds are only tested through the wired connection." Big load of rubbish. All the routers are more than capable of pushing out your Wi-Fi. If you're close enough to it, you can get an accurate speed reading on it. So not going to be an issue at all. And if you do worry, just turn all your other wireless devices off or set your router up so it can only see one device and then do a scan that way. So whatever rubbish that they feed you saying, oh, it's got to be a wired connection. Yeah, wired is always better because you don't get the interference from other people's broadband internet. But in my place in here, I've got really thick walls, so it's hard to get my signal out. What I have to do is stick another router in a different room or a couple of different rooms, which I've got other Apple routers, which is what I do to get signal around everywhere because the room that the broadband in is quite well shielded. Thank you very much. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? It's a new thing that YouTube are putting back up, putting on. It's like a screensaver thing. I've not seen it. It just seems to be quite new, but it's pretty cool. Let's see what it is, shall we? It says press up. So press up, crackling fire.
Say goodbye to expensive
advert. Fantastic. So you stick an advert on first.
The UK government has
I don't care about the UK government. Let's
0%.
we're all a bunch of crooks. Sorry, politics. Oh, look at that. I like that. Spot on. That's pretty cool. There are some other things I've seen on there, but I didn't press play on it. But that's pretty cool. That's going to burn image into my screen, isn't it? If you leave it on too long, it will on any screen. So don't listen to what people say that screen burn doesn't happen in other tellies because it happens in all of them if you leave an image on long enough, even on your mobile phone. Anyway, Virgin Media, stop what you're doing, start listening to your customers, start looking after your customers. You'll have happy customers, you'll have more customers, and you'll have happier, what are they called? The people that invest all the money. I can't remember what they're called. Going through a similar sort of thing at the moment where just listen to the shareholders. That's it. So you just want to pay shareholders. It's not where it is. Look after your workers, your customers, and you will have an amazing, amazing business. Virgin Media, you've not done that. You've not been doing that for years. Step it up. Step up to the game. When you first come out, it wasn't Virgin Media, it's 9X or whatever. It was really cool. It really worked. You were cutting edge. Your broadband was amazing. It was brilliant for gaming. You had a Xbox specialized sort of pack that you could do. It was fantastic. It worked. You listened to your customers. You had UK call centres. Some of them were in Scotland, which I love speaking to Scottish people. They're fantastic. I always have a laugh with them. That's how you need to be. Get back to your core. Get back to your core service. Don't bloat it out with everything else. Everything else that you're trying and it doesn't really work. Look at your mobile. Terrible, terrible. Virgin Mobile, abysmal. So yeah, that's all I need to say. Get rid of the crooks. Virgin Media. If you can go somewhere else, all they're going to be there to do is rip you off. I've already had an extra one payment added to my bill this year, which I find that they do it every single year. There always tends to be an extra payment in there. It's not split down equally like they say. So watch your bills, especially if you're doing direct debit. It just comes out automatically because you won't even notice it because that's what a lot of people rely on. The money. I mean, I've done it. You just rely on just things going out. I've got a bank account that things just go out, and sometimes I do miss that things don't go out, which is a bit of an issue, but I can get them sorted out. But you then don't notice if an extra payment's gone out. You just think it's your normal payment, and and that's what companies like this, especially Virgin Media, sort of hoping that you don't notice it and try not to claim it back. But they won't give you it back. All they say is, we'll take it off your next bill. So that's a bit naughty as well. If you take someone's money that's not your money, Virgin Media, you give it back the same way as you gave it, and you give it back quickly, like straight away, because you've taken it straight away, you refund it straight away. Anyway, thanks for watching. You know what to do. Like and subscribe. Subscribing is important. We're getting up there now. Come on. Thank you very much. No, right. So you all wanted to know how I got rid of these complete arseholes. It's the only way of saying it. Scumbags, scammers, whatever you like. So, as you know, I got City Fibre installed probably early part of the summer this year. So quite a few months ago, at least 6 months ago. And I did keep Virgin for about a month after that. That's what I wanted to do, just to make sure that City Fibre was okay. I did have some hiccups with that, but I had a backup, so it was fine. So what happened is then I kept it up with Virgin Media for the simple reason every time we called, we were on the phone for hours, and that is saying it lightly. And all they do is pass you around and around and around and around to different people. Even though they're not even a broadband part, they might even pass you to a mobile service. They will pass you around everywhere, and they don't hang up. They just say that they can't help you, and you'll get some lame ass story, or you'll just be put on hold, and then it'll hang up. So in other words, they just play. They've basically been told by whoever it is that their managers or whatever to do anything but to make sure that people don't cancel their subscription. So I think that's an absolute terrible thing that you can do. I couldn't find any other way of doing it. The chat, absolutely useless. So what I said to my missus, I said, right, stop all payments to them. Let the bill generate a little bit. Let it get to the bit where they say they're going to cut you off, and then we'll try and get in contact with them. So that's what we did. I think the bill got up to about 80 or 90 quid. That roughly equates to about 3 months worth, I think, something silly like that. I was still getting internet. I kept getting things saying, oh, there must be a problem with your internet connection, blah, blah. You might need an engineer. I think that's just to get your attention to look at your bill, but just bollocks that all these companies are using at the moment. So we we did that. I got my missus, she didn't want to spend hours on the phone, so I said, use the chat. So we went on that and they said, oh, blah, blah, you owe, blah, blah, blah. So we said, yes, we want to cancel. We've been trying to cancel. They didn't really care. There was a massive language barrier, as there always is with Virgin Media. My missus was still on the chat for probably nearly an hour anyway, didn't really get anywhere. Got the disconnection thing, got an email through that day, I think, saying that it's going to be disconnected. I think she was told it'd be disconnected on Christmas Eve. What a random time for it to be disconnected. You would have thought no one would really be working that sort of late. But, you know, come to it, Christmas morning. Yeah, that's right. It was off. The reason I knew that is because some of my smart home, like my bulbs, and my blind are still connected to the Virgin Media router, which I didn't realise at the time, which is a bugger because they were a nightmare to reset, especially the blind. That's how I knew, because they wouldn't work. I had to do it manually. So not a problem. It's absolutely fine. Then we got a thing saying your outstanding bill, instead of 80 or 90 odd quid, it come right down to about £47. So I said to my missus, right, pay that now. They'll be gone. Obviously, they did send an email saying that they'll send a plastic bag in the post for the router that's worth £40, apparently. That's the piece of shit router that I've had for I don't know how many years, that's probably not even worth 20p. They said that they would send a bag out for it to be posted back, and you can post it at whatever. It's not going to cost anything. Still not received that bag. So I'm expecting a charge from Virgin Media now for the router that I can't send back because they don't seem to have sent the bag out. But I'll be fighting that. Of course I will. I'm not paying for something that because they can't be bothered to send me something to send their crappy router back. So basically, that is the easiest way that I found to get rid of the scumbag Virgin Media. Is to let the bill run up, but do not let it go to debt collection. Just get it so then it's they're saying that they might have to suspend your service. Then get in contact with them and say you want to cancel and go from there. Maybe do it on the chat way, because that seemed to work all right with us if you don't want to spend hours on the phone. I've seen other videos of an older gentleman phoning these scumbags. I mean, I'll just call them scammers at this point, because this bloke was really, really quite old, and they were just scamming him out of his money. They wouldn't let him cancel, and I thought it was absolutely disgraceful. And he was in the same situation as me. He had another broadband supplier in, and they didn't want to know. But that's what worked for me, people. Try it out yourselves if you're trying to get rid of them scumbags, because they always have been. You know, I've put up with them for many, many, many years, only because there has been no other option. But now, because there's lots and lots of options, well, in my area there is, and hopefully if you've not got City Fibre, they'll be coming, City Fibre will be coming soon, and you'll have so many more options, not just scumbag Virgin. That's all I have to say for them. I mean, even if you look at them, have a look and see how they set up their mobiles. It's a shame they bought O2, because they're going to destroy O2. So their prices are absolutely horrendous. I thought EEs were bad, but Virgin Media's are terrible. There's loads of hidden costs. They bump up, even though they're not meant to, they bump up your contract throughout your first part of the... they basically break all the rules and no one does anything about it. And I think that's absolutely disgraceful that any company is allowed to break the Ofcom's rules. I think Ofcom, or whoever it is, don't really seem to care anymore. So, yeah, like and subscribe. Let me know about your Virgin Media issues, because I know a lot of you say, oh, Virgin Media are brilliant, they're fantastic. No, they're not. They're really not. I do not know a single person that thinks Virgin Media are good. If you're one of them people, I don't think you should watch this video, because I think they're fucking horrendous. Sorry about the language. I just do. I really do. So, thank you very much. Hello. Right. I am really, really massively, massively shocked of how many Virgin Media fanboys there are out there. So, as far as I'm aware, and I really do think this is true, that Virgin Media are probably the most hated ISP in Britain, and not only just for a short time, for probably as long as they've been going. I've heard nothing but horror stories and just nightmares that people have had with Virgin Media, even myself. And I've been with them multiple times, off and on, because I've tried different internet service providers, which at the time, I couldn't really get a decent connection through here, and Virgin, unfortunately, have been the only ones that have been able to help me out there. Well, really help me, more like make my life a misery. And a lot of other people have said the same thing. And I mean a lot of other people, literally everyone and anyone that I've actually physically spoken to has not a single nice thing to say about Virgin Media. I really don't get it, because maybe it's just an area thing. Maybe it's because what you get in built up areas, Virgin Media oversubscribe their servers, which is a very, very well known fact. Engineers themselves have told me this. Not just one engineer, quite a few engineers. I actually used to, one of my friends that I used to work with many, many years ago, we used to work together in Sunseeker Boats. We both left, we went different ways. He went into fitting Sky and Virgin and whatever else. He worked at Virgin for quite a long time, and he even hated working for them. Even the rep that I spoke to the other day told me that all he hears is terrible things about Virgin Media, and I think he was feeling that he's probably in the wrong job. Now, it'd be nice if some of you out there would back me up, instead of all these fanboys on there saying there's nothing wrong with Virgin Media. I think they might be just I don't know, maybe they're having problems with them, they just don't want to admit it, but they're horrendous. They're not good, they are horrendous. They're a money grabbing corporation, and they don't look after you at all. All they care about is new customers. As soon as you've been with them for 6 months, you're a number. You don't mean anything. You're a cash cow. That's all it is. Yeah, you could say that from other ISPs, but trust me, if you've got the chance to go with City Fibre, just do it. You will notice the difference. You get the equal amount of upload as you do download. I know loads of people are saying, "Oh, it's good enough." It's not good enough for you. Not in this day and age at all. Where everyone sort of should be is gigabit internet. Really, none of this under that, because I know you lot say you've got this and that connected, but my whole house is smart home. Everything on it. I've got cameras, I've got lights, everything is voice controlled. Plugs, sockets, everything. Fires, heaters, the lot. You need fast broadband for that. If you don't, you'll find other things will suffer, or they will take longer to turn off and on. My lights, since I changed from Virgin Media, when I say a command to the voice assistant I use, I'm not going to say it now, otherwise she'll spring to life. It happens instantly like that. Now, when I was with Virgin Media, it was a delay. I'm guessing this is because there's so much connected, and with the information that I put down to on a post, my previous video, someone was saying about fibre and this, that, and the other, and I was saying about the cable going in the back, and the way that Virgin Media do their internet, where each individual thing has its own individual channel for connection, which is a terrible idea. A lot of people, I'm sure some people say it's a brilliant idea, but yes, if everything's wanting to use that channel all the time, and each little slotted bit, and you allow certain bandwidth, I suppose that could work in a perfect world, but it's not a perfect world, is it? So it's not gonna be 100%, and the latency you get that way is horrendous. I know a lot of you are going to moan at me for saying stuff, blah, blah, blah. You don't know what you're talking about. just do some proper research before you start spouting off at me. Don't believe everything the big companies say to you. Really, would you believe Virgin Media? Because I don't believe a single word they say. Even Sky, I don't believe what they say, because I know for a fact Sky Stream and Sky Glass use a lot more bandwidth than they actually say it does. This is probably not to scare you off. I've tried running Sky Stream just on a service that is around about 50 megabits, and it doesn't work. It just does not work. There's so much buffering. There's so many. Your program won't load. This, that, and the other. It's not worth the hassle. This day and age, maybe you can't get a really fast speed, which hopefully when City Fibre have been everywhere, and they will fibre a lot more things than what Virgin have, because Virgin's underground. City Fibre goes underground and it goes overground, so it can go in your telephone wires. That's how it's delivered generally. It's the easiest way. They have so many different ways of getting you connected. Once it will get in your area at some point. I know some people are saying that they're only 20%, but I think you'll probably find they're a lot more than 20% of Great Britain now. They started in London. That's where it all started, and I'm south of England, southwest. It's all over here. It's everywhere I've been. I've seen they're putting it in, so it won't be long before you can get it if you need to get it. And trust me, if you're out of contract with Virgin Media, get rid of them. Try it out. You can always go back to Virgin Media, because you've got a calling off period with any other service provider, like what Virgin Media do, but they like to trick you into things. And basically, if you don't like what service you're getting on your City Fibre, cancel it and go back to Virgin Media. But I guarantee if you get a good company, you're best off going for the smaller ones, because they seem to give you a little bit more and their customer care is there. Not the big Vodafone. They're not going to look after you as much. I know this because my missus went with them, and I thought I would try a smaller company, which I did. And they're fantastic. Yeezy, I know a lot of people slate them for stuff. I've not got a bad word to say about them. I know there's a lot of other happy customers out there. You know, I've had a few little niggly issues, nothing like what I've had with Virgin Media at all. I've not had extra money being taken out of my account, you know, like what Virgin Media have done in the past on direct debits, because they just felt like they wanted to do it. It's just been absolutely fine. They've problem solved directly with a person instead of someone else in another country that's remote viewing your router, thousands and thousands of miles away. I've got someone, if they want to remote my router, who's probably maximum of a couple of 100 miles away. So just think about it, people, because I really, really think you're just living in the cloud. You're listening to all the things that they like to say. They're here for you. They're going to do this or whatever. Their price hikes themselves are just a joke. And it's not just one. It's normally about 3 or 4 a year. That's what I've got in the past. I mean, if you've not been getting that, you're bloody lucky. But I expect you will do at some point, and you'll have all the issues, because everyone does. Everyone that I know that have been with Virgin Media and have had the chance, whatever, to change to someone else, like City Fibre Group, they've done it, and they've never ever looked back, and they said it's the best thing they've ever done, and they're so glad that they got rid of Virgin Media. And a lot of my people that are watching my videos are saying the same thing. A lot of them don't say that, because generally with comments, it's normally the negative ones that you get on there. So your keyboard warriors and stuff, like a lot of you, and I'm guessing a lot. I'm going to probably get a lot back from this video. But that's my view, I'm afraid, and it's a lot of other people's views with Virgin Media. And I think that it's more negativity than positivity with Virgin Media. Not just their broadband, their TV packages, their mobile phone packages, wouldn't touch any of it. I would rather have, I don't know, I would rather have normal TV than having to go back to Virgin Media for TV. That's one thing I would not ever do again. Anyway, my little rant of the evening. Do apologise, and I'm sorry if I've upset some of you, but I don't care. That's what I think of Virgin Media, and it's what a lot of other people think. Thank you very much. Hello, all you wonderful people. Right, it's now the time to completely get rid of Virgin Media and wash my hands completely and utterly from with them, to get, just to get them out of my face. Never want to see them again. So I got this through the post. Let's give it a quick open. Let me see if I can put this camera down somewhere. Let's see if we can put him down here. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll do a little kneel down. No, hang on. Let's do it like this. Let's get my little thing here. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to have to move you lot up so you can still see me. And we're going to still go up. Oh, that's a weird angle, isn't it? Doesn't matter. Right, so this is the thing you do to send your stuff back. You get this box. It's got an address on the other side, but I'm not taking it off. So, guess I've got to open it. Yeah, done that. So it's a boxy bag thing, and you get these little bits inside. I guess that's to put over the crappy port of the router, of the crappy router. That's a little spanner. I'm going to keep that because there's no need for that to go back. That might be useful for something. Why you would need that to unscrew the... I've already unscrewed it. It's ready to go. There it is. Piece of crap. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's put that over there. This router is... Whoa, I don't know. It's at least 2 years old. It may be older than that. And for routers, that pretty much means they're out of date. Excuse me. Yeah, I know that they do another router to this. Oh, look at this. We've got a little list of instructions. Right. So, we see this? Yeah. Guessing you can see all that. Right, disconnecting TV box, not sending that back. Disconnecting Wi-Fi, hub, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you switch power off. Yeah, done that already. Pull out, it never had any internet cables in it anyway because wasn't using them. Pop our kit alongside with any cables in its returns packaging. Well, the cable, I'm not going to rip the cable out of the wall. Yeah, so it's just going back like that. And I'm not ripping the power supply out because I have no idea where it goes to in there because I have quite a complex system. So let's see if they charge me for a power plug. I'll tell you a funny little story as well after I've boxed this up. Doesn't fit in there very well. Right, so put that in there, gently pull the side flaps, blah, blah, blah. Put any big kit like hubs, blah, 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 in the separate paper bags, yeah, which I've done there. Paper bag in, loose bags, side flaps, tuck, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Head down to your local drop-off Yodel, really. It's not even going to get back to you, is it, if you're using Yodel? Store locator, still stuck, scan the QR code. Right. There it is there. Is it going in this silly little box? Let me have a quick look, see if the power cable is accessible, because I have no need for it. I can tell you what, I'm going to put you on pause while I look. Right. Got it. Bit of dust on this. There's a bit of a nightmare to get out. Oh my God. And the engineer stuck this on the wall. Lovely of him. So let's pop that there. Can have the great big long bloody stupid figure of 8 cable. That's everything going back then, except for obviously the coaxial, which is in the wall. I'm not taking all that out. That's not my issue. How does this box go back together? So do I need to... It doesn't actually give you anything to... Oh, yeah. Right, okay. So you peel that off. I've got to stick it down. Let me make sure I've got everything right here. Yeah, blah, blah. Let's peel this label off first. For instructions label. What? Well, peel here. So, wow. They don't make this easy, because this doesn't even seem to want to peel off. Okay, right. Oh, there we go. Right, yeah. Right, let's actually stick their label down properly. So there we go. We got a return. Don't care. Don't care. And we've got a little tab, okay. It doesn't look like it's gonna... I'm gonna have to put extra tape. That's crap. Come on, Virgin. It doesn't even stick. Look. Bloody hell. Give me a sec. Let's seal it up properly for them. I haven't got any parcel tape, but this will do. This will do. I can't believe that. It's not even stuck. It's actually unstuck right now. And I'm sure there's going to be some people on there, some Virgin Media lovers, telling me how to do it properly. But sorry about the noise. Go all the way round. That's definitely stuck down. And doing parcels around the other way as well. And normally what I do to make sure that this doesn't get ruined is cover it with clear cellophane. Because then any water... Any water that gets on it can't damage the label, and lovely Virgin Media can't then moan, can they? Oh, let's do the sides. The bloody can't make a box properly. Well, you can't even make a box to send your crap back to that actually stays sealed. So then I guess you then moan at the customer for not sending it back on with the one of the worst UK mail suppliers. I didn't even think they were still going, to be quite honest. I mean, Every have actually got pretty good. They're a lot better than they used to be. Right, so that's the edges done. I could have put the gaffer tape on this. That would have been a laugh. Some of this alumina stuff, that would have been really good. Maybe I should have done that. So there we go. The edges are all stuck down now, so it can't get split open or anything else. So what is really funny about this story is I received that today. Yeah, the return thing for lovely idiot Virgin Media. I'm sorry, I don't like them. A lot of you people don't like them, but there are some of you people that absolutely love them, that think the sun shines out of their arse. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. Right, so when I got home, I found this in my letterbox. Let me just put my thumb over here. So it says, hang on a second, let me get my face out. Let me do it like this, hang on. There we go. So can you see what it says? Yeah? Sorry we missed you. Mr. blah blah, telephone number blah blah. So I thought, oh right, okay, so they've sent this and then they're just going to come and pick it up themselves. So I gave the number a call, and can you guess what it was? It was a rep. It was a rep. Let me just pick you up now. It was a rep on the phone. I said, what's this about? And he said, it's about Virgin Media and TV and whatever else in phone. And I said to him, I've been trying to get rid of you for 4 months and I only just have got rid of you. And I've literally just received the send your your kit back. Which he was a bit confused and I was a bit confused, and I said sorry, and we had a little bit of a conversation. You know, I spoke to him about the customer service that Virgin Media doesn't supply, unless you're one of the lucky ones where you seem to get the English-based call centres, which, to be honest, I've managed to speak to them a couple of times and they are really good. I can't fault them at all. I think they're up in Scotland, or they were when I spoke to them, and they were lovely people. But I literally told him he wanted to know why I moved. I told him that I'd been with Virgin Media for probably well over 20 years off and on, because I've tried other internet service providers, but in my area haven't been fast enough and had to go back to them. I've had their TV a couple of times, but they're really, really expensive. Sky is cheaper by far, just because of the way that where Sky is, all the channels on Sky are Sky's channels, so they're going to be cheaper to Sky. So that's just how that works. Talking about the abysmal customer service and how they like to look after their new customers, couldn't give a toss about their existing customers, like to raise the bills, this, that and the other. I said to him, look, you've got a good product. You're just not marketing it very well. Your customer service is absolutely horrendous, literally across all the board on everything. Mobile service, the lot. One of my kids, I got him a contract with Virgin Media in my name. I think it was. I can't remember. Years and years and years and years ago, and that was horrendous as well. So it's just they're one of the worst mobile phone companies you can go with. The hidden charges they have. I mean, even with the broadband, the hidden charges, or the hidden price hikes that they put in, and they call it something that it's not, and this, that, and the other. Anyway, I was speaking to him about the customer services, that and the other, and he said a lot of people that he spoke to have said exactly the same thing. I told him, obviously, I've got a YouTube channel and a lot of you lot say about the customer service, and he apologised. I said to him, look, I know you're only a rep working for a company, you know, you can't do, and it's not really your place, it's nothing you can really do but maybe his feedback might have a bit of, you know, clout. It probably won't, because corporate businesses don't listen to small people. All they chase is the money until their business goes tits up. Then they start listening to people, and then it sort of goes down, you know. That's just how it works. It goes down and they try to sort everything out, and then it just goes back to where it was, and it never works. And normally the business gets sold, it folds, or merges with someone else. Anyway, that's a little story, and I cannot believe that actually happened on the same day I got the return package. I had a rep turn up. It's lucky that I wasn't in, because I think I probably would have, he probably wouldn't have liked it. I wouldn't have been angry with him, but he probably wouldn't have liked what I had to say. Anyway, thanks for watching. You know what to do, people. Good evening, people. Right, so I thought this would be quite a good little video to do, is to compare my current broadband supplier with Virgin Media, who I just got rid of after many, many, many years of absolute horrendous service and bullshit from them. So this is who I use at the moment, Yazy, which is City Fibre company. It's basically City Fibre come round, they fibre everyone's street. They might not have got to you, but they got most of the UK now, I believe. And then a load of companies say they want to use the fibre, and they have, you know. So this is what I get at the moment. I was on a gigabit, or I'm on a gigabit connection. They must have changed it since I set it up. So £35 for 900 download, 900 upload. I get pretty much nearly all of that over Wi-Fi. You would benefit on either getting your own router or asking them to upgrade to their better router when you sort of apply. I'm sure they'll probably do that if you're a new customer. So lovely speed there for £35 a month, 900 up, 900 down. So if we can go over to lovely Virgin Media for £35, this is £35. Hang on a second, it's easier if I do it this way. It will be £35 in April. So they always get you with these deals where they make it cheaper for a couple of months and then whack the price up. So that's what you get. So £27 for what, 3-4 months, and then it goes up to $35.99, and you'll find it'll go up more than that, for $362. Now you will probably not get anywhere near that. What you'll probably get is about 280 download, and you'll probably get something abysmal for the upload, like under 50, because that's generally how theirs work. Let's see if it actually gives us more information here. On there we go. It might do. No, it doesn't. Oh, wow. That's pretty horrendous, to be quite honest. It says average download speed. See if I can get this up. So this is their M350. Same price as what I'm paying. So can you see it, people? Can you see it? Can you see it? 362 download, which is very slow. Sorry, this hat is pushing my glasses down. Let me just do that. No, still doing it. No, that's better. Yeah, 362 download speed, which is pretty shit these days. This is fiber as well. This is claiming fiber. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And upload speed, average 36 megabits. I think it's megabits, megabytes. No, it's megabits because it's a smaller b. Upload speed. That's horrendous. That is really horrendous. I never got anywhere near that with mine. It was like 120 and I got about 15 upload. And uploading videos to YouTube was painful and very, very slow. And now it's super zippy fast. It's done in no time before I even know it's uploaded, and it's in 4K, and it's great. So with their fiber, they don't go fiber right up to your router. They literally go, I think the fiber is up to the box in your street. So not even outside your place. So it's the green box. It's not very far from where I am actually, but if you're on a big road, it can be quite a way down the road. So it's literally fiber up to that box and then coaxial cable from there onwards, because that's how they've cabled everyone's houses. And then it's cabled into the back of your crappy router, because they always give you a crappy router. The one I had was probably 6-7 years old. Hub 3, I think it was. They always kept telling me, no, that's good enough for this speed, that speed, and doing this, that, and the other, when it clearly isn't or wasn't. The Wi-Fi was shocking on it, wouldn't reach hardly anywhere. Absolutely terrible. And with the broadband company Yazy that I use now, it's fibre right up to the little box in the wall, and then it's a Ethernet. I think I got I can't remember. I got a really good cable anyway to extend it, so then I've got it just around the room, so it doesn't lose anything. Or you can just do a short one just straight to your actual router. But there's other things you can do. You can buy your own routers and just plug them in and they work, and it'll be absolutely fine. Can't do that with Virgin Media. What you'll have to do is get this router. This is a different router. Where is it? I haven't seen this one before. No idea which one it is. There. You'll have to put that into, I can't remember which mode it is. There's a special mode that basically it is just a hub. I think it might be just hub mode, and then you connect your Wi-Fi router to that. So there's another connection there, so you're going to lose some speed that way, but that's going to be your better option to get decent sort of Wi-Fi and a decent broadband experience out of it. I think that's horrendous, that price for that sort of speed. So let's find a package that is a similar speed to mine. Let's have a look at their gigabit broadband. Actually, that's not much more expensive
than mine. It's over a gigabit, but I wouldn't trust them. Let's have a look, find out more. Let's see what the up is. Oh wow, that is so slow. So there we go. I'm sure you can all read it. So unless you need to read all this sort of stuff when you're getting your broadband, sorting out your deals with your company. So average download speed, average this is. Generally you're going to get nowhere near this. 1130 megabits. I expect you'll probably get about 800 or less than that. And upload, average, and you probably won't get anywhere near this. 104. That is woeful. That is terrible. Yeah, that's just shockingly bad. It's no wonder if you've got a Virgin Media broadband connection and you play online, you're getting major pingages and stuff like that, and you're not the best in the game because everyone else has got faster servers and internet service providers than you. It does normally get slowed down by the slowest person in the game sometimes, and that ruins it for everyone else. So upload speeds, that would still be absolutely horrendous for me to upload any YouTube videos. If you're a YouTuber and you've still got Virgin Media and you've got fibre in your area, get rid of Virgin Media as soon as you can. Look at one of my other videos of how I got rid of them. There are other ways of doing it, but I'm not going to sit on the phone for hours or sit on in a chat roomy thing chatting to someone for hours. But yeah, get another service provider, get 900 and you'll get 900 up, 900 down. When you go to upload your videos, you'll get full speed upload. They'll be uploaded before you know it. They won't be waiting around. I'm guessing with that sort of speed, you're talking about an hour to upload a decent sized video to YouTube. With mine, it's minutes, if not, less than a minute. Is horrendously fast, mine is, and I'm completely and utterly happy with it. And I've had a few issues, a few little issues, nothing like what you get with Virgin Media. You'll have outages for days and they have no explanation. They just say, oh yeah, we will credit your bill, this, that and the other. But they sometimes they do. You basically have to fight for your money or for your credit back on your bill. You shouldn't have to do that. And their call centres are horrendous. Their services, that's even if you can get to speak to anyone, even on chat, on a tablet or a phone, or actually speak to someone on the phone. I know everyone seems to be scared of speaking to everyone these days, but it's a trend in fashion because people don't like angry customers because they're scared of them. They don't know how to deal with them. It's just life. If you piss someone off, expect to get something back. I understand when I phone someone when I'm, in not the best of moods because something's been not done right, that the person that I'm speaking to is not the problem. They are just a person that works for that company and they're just trying to help you out the best they can. Best thing you can sort of do is ask for a floor worker. I think that's what they used to be called, a floor manager. This is like someone that's just up a little bit more than them that can do a little bit more. But you're out of luck if you get someone that doesn't really care about their jobs, and most of them don't in Virgin Media. You'll just get passed on to the next person and just get passed on and passed on and passed on. It's happened to me plenty of times, and you'll even get passed on to a part of the business that's got nothing to do with your broadband. I think it was Virgin. I can't really remember who it was, or it might have been Sky. I think it was Sky, to be quite honest, when I had the issues with the Sky Live camera. Sorry, turning away there from the mic, you probably can't hear me. When I had the issues with the Sky Live camera, I phoned Sky and I was getting absolutely nowhere and I kept getting put through. Then I got put through to someone in the mobile department. But she could see a lot of my stuff, but she couldn't really help me because it wasn't her department, but she was very, very, very helpful. Now, this shows that some people like to excel in their jobs and some people are just there because it's a job and they're getting a bit of money. Now, that is what's wrong with Britain, unfortunately, people. A lot of you are lazy people that don't really care and give two shits about their jobs. You need to give two shits about your jobs, otherwise you're not going to have one. The way that Britain's going, everything closing and stuff, love your job. Love what you got at the moment, because it's better having a job than not having a job at all. Get to know your product, because Sky don't know their product. Virgin Media certainly don't know their product. And looking at these I'm really shocked that that's what you get with a gigabit fiber, because I was thinking about that at one point. It would have been great for download speed, but what's download for me? I don't game really at all anymore. I want uploading speed so I can upload to YouTube. That's what a lot of people are going to want these days, because a lot of people, obviously TikTokers and stuff like that, they're going to want to upload their videos to TikTok really quickly. YouTube, and who else? I guess your Instagram reels and all this, that and the other. If you've got what speed I've got, it's going to be like next to no time. You probably think you've got a fast speed with Virgin Media with short videos, because they don't take a massive amount of time to upload really small videos, but larger ones do. That's where you'll notice the difference when you start doing longer videos. Larger video sizes, 4K, ProRes stuff, whatever whatever you want to try and upload to YouTube, because you can upload mega size files, but they will compress the hell out of it right down to fit on their servers, and they won't let you put that much on there. They will take a long time. But if you've got a decent ISP like I have now, yeah, they're good. To be quite honest, they've just fixed out my latest issue with the silly if I search while I'm on my broadband, it goes to American prices and stuff on my iPhone. That's all sorted out now, and the YouTube ads being American. Thank God I don't have to watch. Some of them, like I said, were quite interesting, but some of them were quite disturbing, and some of them I don't get what on earth they were about. I've got some Mexican ones as well. Really interesting. Culturally, yeah, it is interesting, but after a while, it gets on your tits. Sorry about the swearing. So they sorted that out. They did say it was going to be Monday. It took more like 3 working days. I did say to them, look, if you say to someone it's going to be a day, that's what I expect. And it is what I expect. If it's going to be a few days, why not have just said it'd be a few days? I would have been happy with that. That wouldn't have been a problem at all. Let me just put my feet up because my legs are aching. I would have been absolutely happy with that. If I'm told something, that's what I expect, and that's how it should be. That's how everything should be, because good customer service, which they have got quite good customer service. They're always friendly. They never moan at you or anything like that, or say, oh, you shouldn't be saying this to me, blah blah blah. Let me just turn my tablet off. Or you shouldn't be talking to me in this way. I don't have to have your phone call or email or whatever rubbish they like to use. You get that with Virgin Media. You don't get that with Yaezy. I find they respond really quickly on email after about 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm hoping they're still sort of in this country, and maybe that's just when they don't have as much traffic on emails and stuff. But I get, chat quite well with them in the evening. It's not really an issue, and I do need to send them an email saying thank you for sorting that problem out. So that is my sort of comparison on Yaezy, or whichever one you go with on City Fibre. If you're lucky enough to have City Fibre in your area, go with one of them. Just try and get the best package you can get. Get something that's got a good reputation for, where's my Apple Pencil? There it is. For communication, because that is key. That really is key, when you can actually speak to someone and they're quick. And I don't have that problem at all. I'm quite happy with what I'm getting with Yaezy. They're very attentive. They just seem to be really good. They're on the level of normal people. Obviously, when they changed all their servers and stuff, that was a bit of a pain for me. It was lucky I still had Virgin at the time, to be quite honest, because I think their servers were cycling down. That's when you're getting speed, but gradually through a day or through a week or whatever, it's getting slower and slower and slower. I don't know what that's for, why that does that. I've had that issue with Virgin Media before, when they've
cocked something up. But it wasn't for too long, and it was up and running. They had the other issue with the internet thinking I was in America, which, you know, I didn't notice it straight away. I just thought it was something that I was doing, but this literally happened around when they changed their servers. So if you're still having that problem, just, give them an email or whatever, and they moved my IP. I don't know what they done. They moved it, so it's working. And I checked the speeds. Speeds are still all the same, if not a little bit better. Ping about the same. It's all good. It's all good. So do your homework before you sign up for Virgin Media if you have no choice but to use them, unfortunately. And every year or every time that you can negotiate with them to get a better deal, do that and watch. Make sure you get something in an email that states that, because from my sort of point of view, and I can't remember what the word is. History? No, it's not the word. Doesn't matter. And my experiences with them is that I've negotiated a deal back down to where it was, and literally two months later, because it was outside the cooling off period, there was a magical reason for them to hike the price back up to where it was. I think it was literally just under, or it might have been just over what their renewal price was, and I wasn't happy. Really wasn't happy. But by that time, the 30 days which you get to cancel is gone. So they sort of got you by the curlies, to be quite honest, and it's unfair. They shouldn't be doing that. And Ofcom, you need to switch your game up a bit, sort these ISPs out, because they are taking the absolute piss out of people, especially Virgin Media. Same with mobile phone companies. They are absolutely taking the piss out of people. To be quite honest, I'm with Sky Mobile. I don't have any issues. They piggyback, I believe, off O2s. I was having issues with the 5G when there wasn't really much 5G around. Not so much anymore. They're nice and cheap. I think they're the cheapest way to get a phone and a contract in the UK at the moment. Everyone else seems absolutely horrendously expensive, and there's no hidden charges. You can see everything up front. You can see everything. I haven't gone for an unlimited thing because I don't need to, because it rolls over, and with my rollover it's nearly a terabyte already. I just don't use the data. Simple. So thanks very much for people. Sorry it's a bit of a long video, it's nearly 20 minutes, but yeah, do your homework before you select your broadband properly. Do it properly. It is important. Especially check your upload speeds, because they are just as important as download speeds. So you know what to do, people. Hello. Right. So really, really, really annoyed with Virgin Media. Absolutely horrendous. I really don't understand what on earth's going on. I don't even have the router here. It's been sent back. But yeah, your January bill is here. Fantastic. Look at this. Can we see? Is there a reflection? Yeah. They're still charging me, even though I'm not with them. Really weird. Really don't understand what on earth is going on here. Really don't get this whatsoever, because when we cancelled, I got my missus to go on the app, as you do, and it displayed final bill, this, that, and the other. We paid that, and lo and behold, this month's bill. Not getting a service with them, nothing at all. They've just decided that they don't want me to leave, even though they're not providing me any service at all, because I have no equipment here, and I haven't done for well over a month now. What the hell am I going to do? I don't know. I tried emailing them back on here, but obviously you get the "we don't accept emails from this address" to this address. Bear with me a second. If we can see that, it's a bit bright. Okay, so I click the link to contact them to send them a shitty email. Fair enough, don't blame it. Come on. Just really, 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 really winds me up. Really winds me up. We cancelled. We paid the last bill. They want some more money out of me, and it looks like that they're going to continue billing me. I'm not having that, I'm afraid. I'm really not having that. So, yeah, tried to find somewhere to email them, and guess what? You can't email them. They can email you. They can give you abuse, this, that, and the other, but you cannot email them. I cannot find anywhere on that page, on the app or anything, to email them. All you can do is speak to them on chat. How absolutely effing wonderful. So you have to sit there for hours speaking to someone in India who has no idea about what's going on, the British language, nothing at all. The language barrier is an absolute nightmare, and probably nothing happening. So I really don't know where to go here. I'm gonna try the chat thing, see what happens. I don't expect anything to happen. I mean, if I pay that, next month I'm going to get another bill. So I'm not going to pay Virgin Media for a service I don't get. I haven't got a router. I've got none of their equipment in here at all. I've got no way of receiving their service. I am really, really pissed off and annoyed that a company like Virgin Media can be doing this sort of thing after you cancel with them and you do everything they've asked you to, you send their equipment back, you pay the final bill, and they still bill you. Really, really not getting it, not understanding it. And all these people that say they're the best thing, they're excellent, they're amazing. You wait till you try to cancel your Virgin Media or attempt to. You'll go through all these issues as well. At some point, if you have it for a long time, you'll go with outages, you'll go with it dropping off, you'll go with just really shit service, because it happens to you. The shit service happens to more people than the good service does. You'll get good service at the beginning of it. Your bills will creep up. All you people saying that you've been with them for 20 years, I bet your bills are massive compared to what you could get with another internet service provider, if you can get that in your area. If you're unlucky enough not to have fibre in your area, you are sort of stuck with them. But cancel it and then reapply as a new customer. That's all I can sort of say to you. That's the only thing you can really do, and hope that the bill doesn't creep up, but it will, because Virgin Media are just money-grabbing scam artists as far as I'm concerned, especially with this now where I'm not receiving anything from them. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have any contract, anything with them whatsoever, but they're still charging me. This is absolutely terrible and horrendous. And by the way, I was out of contract with them when I cancelled, so there's nothing owing from, for the rest of the contract. That's null and void. There's nothing there at all. I don't owe them any money, and I'm not going to have keep paying them for nothing, for them to email me saying there's a bill. So I'm going to pay 38 quid. I was doing it again. But Virgin, no. Alexa's talking to herself again. Really, really annoyed. Really annoyed. I'm really, really annoyed. So what do people do in this situation? You end up racking up a bill, then you'll get debt collectors, this, that, and the other, because the average person is not going to take Virgin Media to court for 38 quid or, whatever you can do. I really don't know. There's no power for people to go at companies with things like this where they're charging you for something that you don't get. I don't know. I really don't know. This is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, what I'm going to do is on the chat, I'm going to ask them to send every single bill from when the contract started and the contract ends via post, because by British law, you're still allowed to ask for paper copies. It's your right. If you went to court, the courts would ask for paper copies. So you've got a right to ask for that, and they have to oblige. Hopefully they will see that it's going to cost them quite a lot of money to print that off, all the manpower they're going to use, and they're going to actually make sure that I don't have any more bills and contract or anything at all with them, because I don't. Anyway, I hope all you haters of Virgin Media jump on this, not all you lovers, because I've got no time for you at all, because you've clearly not had this side of Virgin Media where the majority of people have. No time for them whatsoever. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.